Oh, I like chicken. 1, 2, testing. Episode 6, guys, of All of Us Are Dead. And this episode, it was stolen by the big fat dude, man. This guy's great. We must protect him at all costs. This guy cannot get bitten. I'm actually willing to throw myself in front of a zombie to protect this guy because he is the star of the show. We're at the halfway mark. At the end of this episode, we will be halfway through season 1. And we start episode 6 with the students in the broadcasting room where they come up with this plan to inform Cheong-san that they're going to come and rescue him, and they are going to try and create a diversion by using music, by using the broadcasting system to try and lure zombies away from one side of the school. They're going to play music, they're going to try and distract them, they're going to rescue Cheong-san, they're going to get to the roof, they're going to fly down a helicopter, and they're going to get out of here.
And that is the bottom line. SOS, call me Shelton. No. SOS. Also, yes, the wee suicide kid on nerdy bastard on the roof, he's formed the wee SOS thing. Is that going to really mean anything? Who knows? I mean, I feel like he's just been sitting on the roof for 6 episodes and it feels like the biggest waste of fucking time I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? If it goes somewhere, I'm not even for it. But anyway, yes, the whole plan is hatched here. They've got the pish tunes blasting. Meanwhile, we've got the bully. He's onto them, isn't he? Because he goes up. And I don't know what I'm talking about here. Because the bully is on my... I don't know. What's his fucking name, man? G-Nam. That's his name. But he basically... Here's the broadcast. He goes after the group. He manages to get into the room, the broadcasting room where they're at, because obviously he puts together if they're broadcasting, they have to be in the broadcasting room.
I think G-Nam's smart. He's not your typical, dumbass, I've not got 2 brain cells to rub together bully. He actually comes across as... I'm not saying like he's an intellectual fucking genius or that
he's street smart.
Aye.
Is that a good term, aye?
One of us ain't fed smart, but that's a totally different...
But see about the bullies at the beginning, he wasn't like the leader. He was kind of like the bulliest of the bully. If you know what I mean?
He was like the leader, but not really taking a photo. He was kind of like the leader, but didn't do the dirty work. Kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that, but basically, yes, he heads to
he's the president, and he would get his sergeant at arms to beat the person up, you know what I mean?
Exactly, but yeah, he heads to the broadcasting room, and then he sees on the whiteboard that they're going to get Cheong-san in the music room.
Yeah, so a survivor group have basically drawn out a map, they know where they are, they know where Cheong-san is, they're going to devise a plan to get to him. He sees this, and he goes, that's where they're going, so...
Yes, and then at the staircase, we've got Sun Hook getting into a square goal with a couple of zombies. I mean, this guy is just laying the smackdown with the zombies here. But then he basically encounters them, and then he basically hears the plan here, what's going on with the guy. So essentially, these two get into a scrap, and I thought this was a pretty decent scrap, but he does save the big man's life just before this. But we thought he was going to kill him, didn't we?
Aye, we thought he was going to stab him.
And he didn't stab him, but then President Girl comes down. Then Ginam actually bites her, and then our main man, Sahuk,
and then
Goldberg spears him out the window,
and then he hits the deck,
and he snaps his neck into about 20 different pieces. Brutal stuff. And if it wasn't confirmed at this stage that the guy is not half zombified, what did this confirm for you? Son of Scotland.
I think after this fall, I think he went from half dead to full dead because this was some fall out the window. His body snaps into places where the body just shouldn't snap, but he's still not dead. He's still, well, I mean, he technically is dead, but he's, you know what I mean, he's still moving. Keep on moving, baby. He's not dead yet,
but yeah,
but he's not quite alive either.
And there's like blood pissing out his mouth. Meanwhile, though, obviously the group's a wee bit suspicious here when Nam Ram shows up into the building. Oh, she's been bit, but it's like it's saying here that she doesn't immediately transform, but you can kind of understand that because she's been bit by a half zombified one. But what about the people like him who bit her? Was he only bit? He was bit by loads. Surely they couldn't have all been. I mean, they weren't half zombified, so it's going to be intriguing to see where that goes.
We've already explained this quite a lot. Like, obviously, it was nothing. There must be something to do with him. He must have something in his blood. We've already thrown it.
Yeah, but does she have something in her blood, or is it because she got bit by him? That's why she's going to turn into
I would assume it's because she got bit by him.
That's alright, I'm just saying though. So
That's alright, okay.
maybe it's like Corona, guys, where there's different variants.
Aye.
Is that what we're going for? Wear your masks. Get the masks on, brother. But yes,
So maybe if you're wearing a mask when you get bit, you won't turn. But if you're not wearing a mask, you will turn.
yeah, exactly. But we've got Cheong-san in the music room. There's a wee bit of a
That was sarcasm, by the way.
yeah, I
Guys.
know, reunite going down in there, reunion, and he basically argues for the big prez to be killed. Which I mean, I kind of get his point here, but I don't think not be killed. But what the plan of action is here, I mean, it would be just we'll see what happens because she did get bit by a guy who's seemingly still alive. You get me?
Like, him and Soo-hook and Chun-sang both have different offence of what happened. Chun-sang believes that Jinam is a zombie. Soo-hook is saying that he just fought him on the staircase and that he is not a zombie. Therefore, his bite will not have any effect on the president girl. But Chun-sang's like, no, I seen him get devoured by zombies. He is a zombie, and if he bit you, you're fucked. Essentially, that's what Chun-sang is saying. The rest of the group kind of have their own thoughts. One of the girls that I actually kind of liked in episode 3 because she was telling the girl that killed Jun-sang's best friend, basically said that she was an arsehole and told her to get out. So she said that, yeah, no, she is bitten and we don't want to be with her because it's only a matter of time before she turns and attacks them. And I get that. I mean, based on what we've seen so far, I mean, you can't just bury your head in the sand here. I mean, once you're bitten, it's not good. Whether you're bitten by a zombie, half zombie, a bite mark's a bite mark, and in this scenario, it probably means one thing.
You're gonna turn.
Aye.
And that's exactly what we see here. Nam Ram half turn, she gets the urge to bite Sun Hook, but then she like bottles it last second. But then Cheong-san's like, oh, you went for him, so we're going to throw you out the window.
And
but
she
then,
admits that she tried to bite him. She doesn't try and hide it.
but she admits that, alright, well, she's willing to leave the room, which I think, alright, we're not going to kill her, but we'll let her do her own thing because there's no point risking all of us. But then, know what I mean? Sun Hook's like, nope, we're going to tie each other together, and then therefore she can't attack you. Well, no, because if she bites you and then you both turn, you are both going to come at you as tag team style. You know?
Yeah.
Aye, you know. Aye. But then, they get a camera.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. Soo-hook ties them both together and he's like, well, there you go. If she...
Problem solved, not really,
If she
mate.
turns, then she can't come after you. I mean, not really. If she turns, she can bite you and then the both of you can go after them together. So
And we've seen how quickly they can turn before. It can turn like 15 seconds.
yeah, so I mean...
And to actually be able to get the whole group to hoover these two up and throw them out a window and that.
So a wee piece of a ribbon tying each other's wrists together, you know, this doesn't really do a lot for me, if we're being completely honest here.
Exactly, but yeah, so the group, wary of what's going on here, they basically record their final thoughts, their last words in case they don't make it out alive. And this is where we see the fat man sing the chicken song that you did at the beginning. Best part
Oh,
of that.
I like chicken, solid chicken, honey chicken, barbecue chicken, spicy chicken. Chicken makes me hungry. So,
But
yeah.
also, Na Yeon is alive in the room right beside them, which is
This
well
guy wants chicken, this guy wants his sodas, and she's sitting in there in a room packed with it. What a bitch. I mean, it was one thing fucking killing Chun-sang's best friend, but now she's basically starving the group to death while she sits in there contemplating what she done. I mean, look, just why don't you just open the door and maybe just apologise? She never even said she murdered the guy, never even apologised.
I know, it's a joke.
Fuck me.
Elsewhere in the school,
She's not with Miss Parks though, so
Aye, she's probably dead.
I'm going to assume that Miss
We'll
Parks...
see a flashback, and I bet you she's either. I could see that English teacher sacrificing herself because she was a weirdo.
It's kind of weird because Miss Parks in the first 3 episodes kind of seemed like a pretty big character. Yeah, we just haven't seen her. No, she was built up in the first 3 episodes as a pretty prominent character, but
Like literally the only adult in the school.
yeah, I thought she had a pretty major role in the show, but we haven't seen her in the last 3 episodes. Doesn't mean anything. She could be alive. She could be hiding somewhere on her own. They could have got separated from Nayun, or she could be dead. Maybe Nayun even betrayed her or sacrificed her. We don't know.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Meanwhile, though, in the school, the restroom survivors are fighting their way out. They enter the archery training centre, but Jung Sung is wounded in the process. I mean, he gets stabbed with a spear.
I'm glad you know his name because I don't.
Yeah, well, I don't know his name. I just read it off Wiki. But he gets stabbed by a spear, and he's like pure marking out here. And then like the stoner's like, Why are you crying, dude? Oh, that looks pretty deep, actually. I understand why you're crying.
Then the two Archer members just fucking disappear. Like, they literally just run off.
I know.
I don't know if they'll be coming back or... I don't know, they seen that he was stabbed and then, like, boom, they're
They
gone.
bottled it. Meanwhile, at the chicken...
I'm actually surprised, though, none of those four died getting here, or none of them got bit. Like, I guess they're going with Cheong-san is wounded and could potentially not make it, but I thought one of them would have bit the dust for sure. Bit, pun intended.
Yeah, I feel like these four are just ready to replace some of the group, the main group that are going to die.
Then we go to the chicken restaurant. You've got Jaek and Ho Chu ready to leave. They find a motorbike. They're about to go. Then all of a sudden, a young girl just runs down the street named Sibin from a pursuing horde of zombies. They then abandon their plan. They grab her. They run back into the chicken store. Her mum is a zombie banging on the window. Jaek looks at the mum, and this seems to like really upset him. He's trapped in a chicken factory with a baby, a little girl,
And a
and
retard.
a fucking incompetent police officer who apparently went to uni and didn't
I think
learn
he
shit.
realises here he's fucked.
Yeah.
He's like, what fucking chance have I got?
I don't think the tears are for the little girl looking at her dead mum. I think his tears are for, hey, I'm going to be joining that dead mum right soon enough because I'm stuck with fucking free nay-hoppers, free windy lickers, free dead weights. Then we move to the quarantine zone and we see Soju. He manages to attack a couple of the guards. He dresses up as the guards, makes an escape, has the opportunity to bring his fire officer companion with him, decides not to. He says, you stay here, you stay alive. But based on how the quarantine army officials, security, run down and try to kill him, I don't know if his wee firefighter friend's going to make it here since they betrayed the guards. So Soju's running out the quarantine zone and they're just spraying bullets at him left, right and centre. I mean, there must have been about 500 rounds
Literally,
sprayed
probably
here,
more, to be
but
honest.
every single one of them missed. He jumps into the water, he's swimming away, and then he gets hit in the like the ribs or the hit in the, I don't know, torso.
I could probably imagine a punctured lung or something here. But
And
let's just talk about how bad this. I mean, it's so stupid. I'm sorry. The show's been pretty good, but this is borderline awful.
Yeah, no, the shooting for these, I guess you can maybe say they weren't trying to kill him.
If they were firing into the water and they weren't hitting them, because obviously, if
Can't see.
you're not aware of physics, yes, they can't see, and also bullets slow a lot down. Like they're not effective in water, because obviously it's water. But you've literally got about 12 guys, right, who are in a quarantine. So you're assuming not the best of the best, but competent. They should be able to shoot fucking guns, and also. This isn't like a sniper where you've only got the one shot. You've got a fucking AR, which if you hold an AR like that, right? If you hold it right and you go left, you're bound to hit him instead of aiming just at him. If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, guys, let us know down below. But yeah,
I feel like anyone
they hit him once.
who's had a bit of training with an assault rifle here. I mean, look at these people, right? Jobbers, nerds. We people that don't have fucking anything to do with their lives, they've spent their entire existence playing Terraria. They can go into a school and shoot 15 kids up without getting killed by the security guard, and these ones can't kill a fucking fireman, Sam.
Alright, go back to Call of Duty, fucking expert here. Firearm expert. My Second Amendment. Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to buy guns. But anyway, that's how it ends, and I mean, an alright episode ruined by a pretty pish ending scene, in my opinion. I'll give it a 5.
Harsh.
How is it harsh? This was no. Say this episode was a 10. If this ending scene happens, I'm giving it like a 7.5.
I'm gonna get a 6.
So a 5's harsh, but a 6 is that's fucking brilliant.
I didn't. I felt like this episode had the worst scenes with the cop Jaek. I felt like the scenes with him and Hugh Chu were kind of comedic, whereas there wasn't much of it in this episode. Soju breaking out the quarantine zone was a bit dumb. The fact that no bullets could hit him, and I felt that the main group. I felt like it was very lackluster. For me, the best part of the show was Fat Boy singing about how much he loves chicken. That was the best part. Apart from that, though, kind of disappointed with the episode, so I'm going to get a 6.
And that kind of sums it up, guys. I mean, when a fat guy's singing about chicken in a zombie apocalypse TV show, is that really Should that really be the top thing? Who knows? By episode 7, I'm looking forward to them knocking that door down and killing that stupid bitch known as Nyon. Will they though? Prediction, my money is no.
No.
No. 5.5 out of 10. Peace.